Hello everyone, hope you're well on this Friday late afternoon. It is September the 20th and it is like 93 degrees out here, y'all. That's too hot for late September for me. I don't like that, but hopefully it'll get back to fall. I'm ready for it. Didn't do a video last night, needed a break. Y'all probably needed a break from me. Sometimes we just gotta not do something, you know what I mean? But back in full force today. I'm going to talk about don't open your door. What do I mean by that? I'm going to talk about dangers and a lot of warnings that are coming in from people, especially from you guys, that I want to share with everybody. Your home, your automobile, security, things we really need to be doing. Even if you think you're in good shape, I want to share some things. As far as your automobile too, so home and away. We got to think about both, all right? First, real quick though, speaking of troubling, I also have a very good passage I want to share with you, very encouraging. Do stay tuned, all right? It'll make you think a minute. It'll make you think, I promise. Thought-provoking. Kids and crime, what in the... I'm going to keep it clean. What in the world is going on with kids and crime? It's got to be demonic, y'all. It's got to be. I cannot explain it any other way. I saw where, well, of course, we hear about all the kids that are, it's a nationwide thing, calling in threats and online threats to schools and this and that. Oh, my goodness. And kids committing heinous crimes. I saw where in Mississippi, 15-year-old girl guns down her mama in cold blood at home. There was video. The home had security inside, video security cameras inside, so recorded the thing, and so there's no doubt. I mean, girl's guilty. But guns down the mom for no apparent reason. Now, we don't know all the backstory, but still, 15-year-old girl does this to her mom, and then the stepdad comes home, and tries to do the same to him. He survived. Goes to trial now. I saw a while ago, they offered her a 40-year plea deal to serve 40 years with the possibility of parole. She turned that down to begin with. Before the trial, I saw a while ago the trial ended and they found her guilty. It didn't take them long, and she should be. She got life without the possibility of parole. That is tough, man. I mean, for a 15-year-old girl. However, this was a heinous crime. She had written all kinds of stuff, journaled, just bad stuff. One of the things was like, she said, it's okay to be evil. I mean, from all apparent evidence, this demon possessed. I don't, maybe they need to try an exorcism first. I don't know. Baptize her in water, see what comes out, because something's inside her. And this is not an isolated case. This kind of stuff is widespread, and Satan is big time on the prowl, as we know, but it seems like it's the criminals are getting younger and younger. I know this happens in other countries, some other countries with the kids and all, but this, I can't remember it being this bad here. All right, security. I'm just hearing a lot more about just crime, random crime, especially this getting more brazen at homes, around homes, property, both suburbs. I'm not even going to cover cities. It's bad enough in the cities, the large cities. But I'm hearing a lot more. This is a big warning for suburbs and rural areas. There's pros and cons to living in either. You know, a rural area, there's less people, but there's probably less law enforcement, probably a longer time for them to arrive. So more reason than ever to have your protection ready. Mrs. Dawg and I are taking steps to increase security at our home and in our automobiles. I'm going to go into that in a minute. But I'm hearing more brazen crimes, broad daylight, not just at night. And these aren't necessarily people that are in the country illegally. It's both. It's legal and illegal people. Okay. I believe that with the invasion that's going on, the homegrown predators that are among us are taking advantage of the situation. That's what I have no evidence of that, but that's what I believe. Do not open your door to your home. It's usually going to be the front door. But either way, don't open your door to anybody you do not recognize. Anyone. I don't care if they're wearing a uniform. Any uniform. Unless you know them and you've had service, like the AC guy or the cable guy, and happen to know that person. That's unusual, but I would still be very wary. I would not open the door. Now, if it's like the cable, the van that you see all the time and the guy you recognize, I get it. But otherwise, just a random person coming up, no. Of course, now if it's a neighbor, a family member, that goes without saying. But I'm hearing more about people getting their doors knocked on, people showing up with uniforms like they're delivery people, but they're not delivery people. There's no van in sight. They just walk off. You see no vehicle. I'm hearing about that from some of you as well. What I'm hearing the most of are situations to where men, work truck, van, whatever, pulls up. This is happening in the suburbs too, but in rural areas, they're pulling up. And they may have something there, a trailer that they have pine straw on, or they may have equipment that looks like they're working on stuff. Maybe they are, but they're trying to scam people into, well, let me put pine straw around your home and give them like a cheapo price. And then when it's time for when they're done and they do a shoddy job, they intimidate the homeowners into paying a lot more than what they first quoted, and it's usually 3 or 4 guys, and if it's just a female that's home, not a good recipe, not a good situation. All right, but you don't want to let on that if you're the only person at home, especially. So there's that. I'm hearing also from you guys, and I'm just seeing this, a lot of videos online from people, especially out in the country, in the suburbs, of people, and everywhere, in the suburbs, neighborhoods, of just random people taking pictures of their property. Now, these aren't surveyors or nothing like that. These are just people. And it's usually guys, young men, pulling up in vehicles. They pile out, they're taking pictures, they're recording property, especially if you got acreage. If you have acreage, if you have livestock, I'm hearing a lot more of that lately. I saw where one young lady came out, and she must have had some protection with her, because she was recording them, and when they saw that, they scrammed, they took off. They didn't look like they speak English. We'll put it that way. A lot of people would be encased. They're coming encasing the areas. This is happening in neighborhoods also. I'm hearing of instances where people witness people taking pictures, especially of garage doors being open. What's in the garage, or even just a property in general. I'm no longer keeping my garage door open at all. And Miss Dawg is like, you should have been doing that. Miss Dawg's like, when I come, because Miss Dawg gets home when she works, when she goes into the office, she comes home before me, typically, right before me, and she says she closes the garage door before she gets out the car, comes into the garage and pushes it, and and then she comes in the house. That's smart. I have had the bad habit of, up until now, and especially when it's really hot, 100 degrees, feels like it, pull in the garage and I get my stuff out and I leave the door open for a while because it's just so hot. And I come back and close it maybe a little later, an hour later, whatever. Now I lock the door behind me coming into the house. However, that still leaves it open. You know, even though we have two vehicles in the garage, people really look, they can see what you have or what you don't have. I'm no longer doing that either. The door's coming down as soon as I get in the garage. I don't care what the temperature is. I don't care what the weather is, what day of the week it is. That's one thing we're doing. All right. More lighting. Looking at more lighting, solar lighting, maybe more than that around. Now we have pretty good lighting already, but I'm going to look at more. The more the better, y'all. Random patrols. Yes, I'm going to walk the property. Not that we have a lot of acreage. We really don't. But I'm going to walk it, and I'm not going to do it at regular routine times. I'm going to break it up. Different days, different times. Yeah, I think random patrols is just smart. If you have some acreage, if you have a four-wheeler or whatever, do it at different times. Don't do it all at the same time if you're being cased. We have to think like this. It's a shame, but we do. Strategic placement of self-protection tools. And I have to give credit to Ms. Dawg. She suggested this. She's like, you know what I think we ought to do? I think we need to put the protection tool, at least one of them, in a place where we have access to it within seconds. Near the points of entry into the home. I agree. And they need to be on the ready, if you know what I mean. It's just us two in the home, pretty much. Now, when one of our adult children comes and visits, there are no small children. It's all adults. Anyway, they know how we are. They may not agree, but they know how we are. That's another thing we're doing. Thinking about some other things. I'm not going to mention it right now, at least. I'm not going to mention everything. Also, your vehicle. Protection in the vehicles. Both of us. We're doing that. What else do you have in the vehicle, though? Not just your self-protection. That's a must. Extra water. What if you get stuck? What if something happens where your vehicle, you got to walk home or walk to the nearest shelter? So protection, of course. Walking shoes, something you can walk in, or boots, hiking boots or tennis shoes. Extra water, some protein bars, something, energy bars. First aid, just even a basic first aid kit. Maybe a knife. Flashlight, of course. Keep your cell phones charged. The basic stuff. I keep a little portable tire inflator in both of our vehicles. I like a poncho. I keep a poncho handy. I have different hats available that I can wear as well. Just some things like just common sense. Think about it. Depending on where you go, your vehicle, I think we really need to think about definitely having self-protection, some type of protection with you. All right. You're like, well, dog, I rarely go out. I don't care. Have something in there. We're being cased, y'all. I saw a little. Actually, this was a warning from a subscriber, a viewer, that I won't identify where they are or who it is and all, but they identified themselves as working in law enforcement, and straight out told me the people who are not supposed to be here, you know what I'm talking about, they are looking to take over. That is a big time goal. They're looking to take over. We need to protect ourselves, and we need to be serious about it. That was that was the message. It is happening. That's the goal. That's the plan. And we see it's already happening in certain places, don't we? Also, carjackings. Carjackings are up. I saw this a while ago too. Carjackings are up. As far as statistics, since 2019, they're way up now. So we got to watch for carjackers. Females under the age of 35 are the most common victims to this, and the most common are in that age group or elderly, and especially if you're not paying attention or you get in the vehicle and it's not you don't lock it back when you get in the vehicle, or you're distracted with the cell phone or whatever, you're not looking around. So they look for people who are not paying attention. And this could be of any age, any gender, but most commonly younger women or older women. So pay attention, be alert. If they see that you're alert, it cuts the chances way down that you will be a victim of this. And that's when you're out and about. Look alert. Look like you're confident and you know where you're going, walking with a purpose, and that you're looking around, not just head buried in the cell phone, not knowing where you're going. Predators look for the people who are not paying attention. Trust your gut. It's right almost every time. 99 times out of 100, your gut's going to tell you correctly. All right? But don't open your door for anybody. That's in your vehicle or at your home, y'all. I'm going to go to a passage here in a moment, but I can't drive drive home that point. I can't drive the point any better. I don't think. Can't stress it enough. You know, we just really need to look at our security at all times. Again, it's sad that we have to do that. There was a time we didn't think nothing about just running out. And that was the furthest thing from our mind, wasn't it? It really was. It's a different time. It's a different world. And it's going to increase. It's going to increase, y'all. It's going to intensify. I hate to say it, but it is, y'all. All right, I'm in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 19. Hadn't done Proverbs in a while. Chapter 19, verse 17 says, "He who is gracious to a poor man lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his good deed." I'm going to read it again. This is Proverbs 19:17. "He who is gracious to the poor man lends to the Lord, and he will repay him for his good deed." Amen. Amen. Now, it doesn't have to be a homeless person. It can be somebody that you know, somebody that needs a hand, that needs some encouragement. It doesn't have to be monetary either. I know in my travels and my adventures at work, the nature of my work lends it to running across homeless people. Not all the time, not a whole lot, but some days I do. I always keep extra water, a few extra protein bars, just really basic stuff. And instead of cash money, I will offer that if asked. And there are times when they haven't even asked, and I just offer it to them because they dang look like they need it. 99 times out of 100, they take it. They accept it. They really do. But and this world is so jacked up. There is still good out there. There are good people. We can be the good people. We are the good people. We are the light. Let's be the example of it. In a world that's just gone nutso, let's be normal. Buck the trend. We can do it. I like doing it. Stay close to Jesus. Let's be aware. Be safe. God bless you. I'll see you soon.